Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to talk about JSON, and there's some problems with JSON, some interesting cases where I faced this problem when I was actually doing a client project, and it took me some time to solve it. So I thought it's best if I share my solution and my research with you guys so that you can benefit from it. And I searched Stack Overflow for this, and there were some who also face this problem. So if you are working in production, you will also face this problem. So it's better if I discuss it here. So I'm gonna create a new file here, index.php, and if I refresh the page, yeah, so okay, I pulled up the PHP documentation of JSON encode, and this is the JSON encode documentation. um, it expects one mandatory parameter and other optional parameters. So the mandatory parameter is value. It can be either an array or an object. In my example, I'm going to show you both, and then I'm going to show you one situation where this will be a problem. Okay, so let's get started here. So if I write my PHP codes here and make an array here. So AR, let's say, is equal to array. AR, oops, what's going on? AR is equal to array. And if I write AR of 0 is equal to A, then AR of 1 is equal to B, and $AR of 2 is equal to C. You might be thinking, why I'm writing like this instead of just writing here like A, then B, then C. Well, we can do that, but I'll be modifying this example in the later part. I mean, the later part of the video. So I'm writing in this fashion. You can write it, and for this example, you can write the things here only. It is not going to make any problem. It's not going to cause any problem. Sorry. If I refresh the page, nothing happens. So to view our array, okay, if we write echo $AR, let's see what happens. We're going to be facing problems because we cannot print an array like this. So when it use the printer function, the function prints arrays. So if I refresh the page, I can see my array here. So let's pull up the printer function documentation. The PHP documentation is excellent and I love it. Like everything is here is well documented with examples and it's amazing. So printer function prints human readable information about a variable. Means expression printer displays information about a variable of which is readable by humans. Yeah, it's sort of readable by humans. Uh, yeah, okay. So basically, it expects an array, and but it will work for other things as well. I have not tried it actually. So we can print an array in this manner. Now let's convert this to a JSON. So dollar, let's leave it here actually, and dollar JSON is equal to JSON encode our array, and let's print it. We cannot echo out a array, but we can echo a JSON. So if I refresh the page and if I give a new line character here, so first is our array, now is our JSON. So you might be wondering why we need JSON at all. The reason is when you are sending data from the server to the client side, right? Um, from the server to JavaScript code, like we're sort of making a REST API. It's best to transfer data in the form of JSON. There earlier it was Earlier XML was used, but now the standard format is JSON. So this is the reason we use JSON so much. Um, Now in my project, I had to send data to the client side from the server side in JSON format. So in practical situations, you'll be faced with situations where you have to send data in JSON format. This is why it is important. Now I'm going to show you a problem here. Now instead of a, let's do something like this URL. So if I paste here, if I refresh the page, something interesting is going to happen. Okay, let me just increase the font size here a little bit because it might be difficult to see on video. So body font size 3 em. 3 em is probably too big. Make it 2 em. Okay. If you see here, array in the array, this URL is printed um, in the proper fashion, no problems. But in the JSON object, you can see an additional escape string, escape literal is added here. Well, this is done for security reasons, and if you copy this and paste it in a browser, it will work. But it will work. See, and in the um, browser URL bar, it is automatically changed, so it will work. But you might not want to do that. There are many reasons for that. I mean, it looks bad first of all, and then in our um, JSON APIs, for example, the YouTube API or other APIs, whenever we have URLs, we don't really get URLs in this fashion. So we should send URLs in the fashion, in the proper fashion, like in this fashion. There should not be escape literals here. So solution is given in the PHP documentation. So as you can see here, the second parameter is options, and if we click on options, we're going to see a few options here. The option which we need is JSON unescaped slashes. If we use this, the problem will be solved, but unfortunately this is not written here. Like what happens when we use these options is not written here. um, oh, it's written in the JSON constant page. I didn't see that earlier. Okay, so I guess we learn everything. I guess we learn something every day, every hour. Anyways, so it's written here. So let me just find. Let me just Control F, Control V. Okay, don't escape slash available since PHP 5.4. That's what it does. It does not escape slashes. So in JSON encode, you just give a comma and add this constant. And then if we refresh the page, now as you can see, this error is gone. So this solves the problem. This solves this problem, but there's going to be another problem which I'm going to talk here. So if I have another array here, let's say 1, 2, 3, and then if I refresh the page, you can see here that this is okay, this is also okay. So this is what we expect actually. This is what we expect in our JSON object. But what if we do something like this? Yeah, in the second position, the third position actually, because 0, 1, 2, in third position, instead of putting in an array, we are putting in the JSON encoded string, which is the JSON string instead of array. Now something interesting is going to happen. As you can see here, we are getting this as a string. This is no more a JSON array with depth, but it is a string now. Now this will not be processed by your JavaScript. I have tried it and it did not work. Well, disclaimer, I did not make this problem. I found this problem on Stack Overflow. Someone made it, but while I was searching for my solution for my problem, I encountered this. So the thing is, this will cause this problem. So we have to remove this. Like this call with the main inference is call the JSON encode only once on your array, and it will work fine. Um, if you call it multiple, if you call JSON encode within an array, then call JSON encode again, then the array like the nested object, then this JSON object will be treated as a string and not a JSON object. So this will be a problem. So, okay, excuse me. So this will work fine, no problem. But oh, what if you are encountered with a situation when this is interesting. This was actually my problem. I can reproduce the yes I can reproduce the problem here. So what if I somehow in some situation I need to store a JSON object in a database. So I store a JSON object in a database, and then let's say I need to use that object and make a bigger object from it. So $AR4 is equal to, let's say like this. Hmm. Let's put a string here. Okay, or something like this actually. These single quotes. If I do something like this, like what will happen is it's difficult to visualize here because you can see I'm putting it in a string here, but actually if you pick this up from a database and if you use it, it will come out as a string. And then if you refresh the page, you can see here this is okay, but here um, as you can see here, this is being treated like a it's being treated like a string and not an array, not an object with depth. With depth I mean like level 0, level 1, like object within object. It's not treated like that. It's treated as a string. So what I had to do for my situation is I had to convert the JSON object from the database to JSON using the JSON decode function, and then I had to put that in the array and then encode the final array and then send it. This was a problem. It was some situations happen sort of in it was sort of those type of problems, like situational problems actually. You can't really classify them, but yeah, you may also face this set of problems, so it's better if I share my solution. So this is all for this video. If you like it, do it the thumbs up and keep coding. I know um, Google Hangouts is probably not the best solution to record video, but it works and it's actually pretty um, easy to set up. So I used it here. If you don't like it, just say I'll probably not use it, but chances are I'll probably use it because it's very, very easy and convenient. Thank you so much.